children have the opportunity, what we're always checking is it a worthwhile experience? Do they get something out of it? Is there any way that we can change it to give them more from it? The feedback is in two. It's actually from the teachers and it's from the children. So when the children have been out on a visit, they come back to school and they're usually absolutely so excited about what they've done, what they've seen, and they want to share that with me. It prompts a lot of questions, the visits they do, and that's what's important.
As somebody who's been experienced going on visits across the years, I can see a huge impact on the children. They can see jobs that they didn't even know existed, and they also understand how much more is involved with the jobs they did know about, and also ways into taking those jobs on for themselves.
It's something the children really look forward to. They tell their peers about it in the lower years, and it's something that it's a real highlight of their year 5. So there was one time where we visited Plymouth City College for construction day, and there were 2 children with quite distinct additional needs, and we were bricklaying and they were building their own walls, and the way they two worked together to create their wall was really heartwarming, because not only did they communicate and work as a team, they were really helping each other, giving each other advice, and it was just really amazing to see, and something that we reflected on in school and took them back to that moment to help increase that amazing confidence in school.
Honestly, I thought it was not going to be nothing much. But when she's come home from every single one of them, the joy in her face, the excitement, and just how much she's really got out of the experience really shone through. And even, as I say, even to this day, she still goes on about all her trips. I went there with Josanne, Kirsty took us here, it was an amazing day, and she'll run you through the whole day again. And every minute has been totally worth it. And the memories and the experiences they've given her, I can't thank them enough, because I think it's going to stick with her for life, to be fair.
The programme's great. It's for children to experience different jobs and for them to see if they do not know what they want to be when they're older, they can experience stuff. I think for Anstey trips, it was one of the best Widening Horizon trips that we had, and it was I enjoyed it a lot.
And what was it in particular that you enjoyed?
It's how it inspired me to be a stockbroker and work with stocks and shares and all of the different activities.
We always do a feedback form, so we have an evaluation to do, which generally I'll do the day after, and they have to talk about what they've gained from that particular activity. So when we went to Foot Anstey, a lot of the children were talking about the food that they enjoyed, going up on the rooftop, which everyone enjoyed, but Seb, he was talking about going round and seeing what people were doing in their offices on the computer. And then one of the activities was a simple activity involving postage and working out how much postage you would need to pay for sending off to various clients. Because of the maths got so deeply involved, he started talking about, I'd like to work with numbers. And I went home and I started looking at the stock market. There's millions of pounds in it. And he said, could I do that? And I said, of course you could.
She's always been interested in animals, etc. Yep. But her sort of fixating on a career for the future came from where she saw how doctors can look after people. She said, but Mum, I could do that with the animals. So that sort of inspired her to come to this. So it's funny how it works, and this is what she's been fixated on since.
Also, when I went to the aquarium, that helped me as well to understand what they do in marine animals in case one day that they have too many people on wharfs and they have to go for someone for fish or something. Then now I know what they can do to help them, and it's actually really interesting to know things that you never knew before.
How important do you think it is for something like Widening Horizons to carry on?
Extremely. I think it should be everywhere, absolutely everywhere, because there's a lot of children that won't get even the experience of driving past the home and going, I've been on that ship. There's a lot of children that won't even have that, and for them to be able to get that through school and through Widening Horizons, it could make a big difference to their lives, I think, a massive difference.
I think it's really important, especially for children that are in the area that Widening Horizons works with, in Dunport and Stonehouse. It gives them a lot more aspiration and a lot more encouragement to want to carry on and better themselves and get a job that they really enjoy.
It's an area of high deprivation, so there's a lot of unemployment, there's a lot of parents who are not in employment at the moment. So what we're doing and what Widening Horizons does is let the children see there are jobs out there are goals to go for, and we start to raise that aspiration with the children.
when I was at school, the only experience I got of jobs and employment was when I was 15, like a careers day, work experience week. That was it. But you had that one experience, and if you liked that, brilliant. But if you didn't, what do you do then? Whereas now, you know, the children are 9 and 10. They're experienced so many different jobs, and they might like one of the Widening Horizons experiences. They may not, but they've got such a broad range of 7, 8, you know, more activities. It just gives them an insight into what employment can be, rather than just being a footballer or a YouTuber as you get nowadays.
It's definitely important for this kind of project to carry on. It's really important that we are preparing the children for the future and their future, and giving them the skills and understanding that know how to take themselves to where they want to be in the future, and not just expect it to happen. It takes an awful lot of work and skills and development to get there, but we want them to feel that anything's possible.
I see projects like this are vital. You only have to look around you at the community we serve. If you take projects like this away, you diminish the opportunity for these children, and we can't have that. You know, we've got to make sure that we provide the best we can, and it's projects like this that do that. They support us, they work alongside us, and so, I mean, with Josana, it's a two-way process. You have those conversations about what other opportunities are there. For me, that's what it's all about. Having that conversation, working out what the children can experience and letting them experience it. So, yeah, vital, desperate.